Okay, so in this episode, wait,
Mhm.
actually, first of all, I want to give a disclaimer. We're definitely not trying to give
Mhm.
parenting advice. I'm not a mum myself, and even though my sister, she is a early childhood teacher, and I do think you do have a lot of great insight when it comes to child psychology.
Mhm.
We know that every child is different, every family is different,
Mhm.
and we're just here talking from our own experiences
Yeah.
and just things we've learned and observed.
Yeah.
There are so many factors when it comes to
Mm.
raising children, and I think, you know, because every child is different, every
Mhm.
family is different, there definitely is not a one size fits all kind of approach.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say that with
Yeah.
love and respect.
It definitely is just our experiences and our opinion.
Mm-hmm.
No advice. We're not giving
No
advice.
judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not putting any judgment on
Mm-hmm.
anyone.
Agree.
It's
Totally.
just my opinion.
Yeah, totally. And it's
Mhm.
yeah, 100%. It's whatever I say, that's purely my opinion. And I'm
Mhm.
sure I'm probably going to say some things that I may look back on and be
Mhm.
like, "Ugh, like, did I really think that way?" Because
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm not a mum. I don't have any kids.
Mhm.
So right now, like, my opinion, it may change, in the
Mm.
future. It probably will change once I have kids, but
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
now,
100%
yeah.
it will.
Mhm.
Because I feel like there's so many things like before having Zelly,
Mhm.
I was like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And now that I have her, like I've
Mhm.
done plenty of those things.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's
like
crazy.
current you
Yeah.
and like future mum you, not
Yeah.
the same person.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's growth, right?
100%.
Okay, cool. So, I do have a few questions to
Ooh.
ask. Before I do ask this question, I just want to, I know I speak for the both of us
Mm-hmm.
when I say, I want to give our mum and dad their flowers. I want to give them the respect and recognition
Mm-hmm.
and appreciation
Mm-hmm.
because they did the absolute best with what they had and what
Mm-hmm.
they know. Again, I know I can speak for the both of us
Mm-hmm.
that we are so grateful for how we were raised.
Yeah.
But I think parenting and like different styles of parenting evolves with
Mm-hmm.
each generation. And
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting now because you have a completely different perspective or you have a new perspective now that
Mm-hmm.
you're a mum.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can like reflect on all of these things in a different way, a
Mm.
completely different way.
Definitely.
So in saying that, what's something you would never do with your baby, with your
Mm-hmm.
children,
Mm-hmm.
that was normal for us growing up?
A big thing at the moment for me and Toddy
Mm-hmm.
is wanting to get ahead in life.
Okay.
I always hated the fact when we were younger that we moved around a lot and we never had a place that was our home.
Yeah.
Like just before, I opened a snap from one of my best friends, and she was showing us when she was younger where they would what is it called?
Oh, wait, you would like measure how tall
Yeah,
you
how
are
tall?
as a
Yeah,
kid. So
well,
like each year you could see. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and like just looking at that and the fact that she has that,
Mm,
like it kind of like hit a spot because I don't think we ever got to do that because we were
yeah.
always in a house that was renting and it was all white walls and we could
Yeah.
never like mark our territory
Mm-hmm.
on someone else's home. So I think
Yeah.
I don't ever want Zelly to not have her own room.
Yeah.
When I was pregnant and I was doing her room up and I
Mm-hmm.
got to put things on the walls, like it was actually a really emotional time for me because
Oh,
we never got to decorate our rooms.
yeah,
And
no.
Toddy, his parents owned their house when they were younger,
Yeah.
and his bedroom when I first like met him was like this ugly like turquoise color, and I'm like, what is this? And he's
Mm.
like, I got to pick the color of my room.
Yeah, I love that.
Like I love that so much for her,
Yeah, yeah.
and I want Sally to have that.
Totally.
And the fact that it was emotional for me decorating my baby's room in the house I own
Yeah.
is yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah. I just want the and I just don't think not that we ever went without because I remember growing up if mum could she would and she would always like spoil us in a way,
Mhm.
because when she was younger, she didn't get that, so she didn't want her kids to go without.
Yeah.
So in a way, I want to do the same for my kids.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think that was like the top one, was not wanting my kids to feel like they'll go without.
Yeah,
Mm.
totally. Okay, so you just want to make sure I mean, you guys already own your home,
Yeah.
but you just want to make sure that they have a home, like a home base,
Mm-hmm.
and just somewhere where they can grow up
Yeah.
in.
There are a lot of like generational traumas that are continuously passed down that I would love to put it into and completely stop, or
Yeah.
which are like your typical drinking, partying,
Mm-hmm.
fighting, and all that fun stuff
Yeah.
that we experienced as children.
Mm-hmm.
With that kind of stuff, I feel like I blocked out a lot,
Mm-hmm.
or like we've had discussions so many times of how you block it out and I've remembered it totally different,
Yeah.
and vice versa,
There
obviously.
are so many things that I remember from our childhood that you have
Mhm.
no idea. And
Mhm.
there's a lot of things you remember where I'm like, wait, what? Did that
Mm.
happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, you tell me some stories and I'm like, that are pretty like traumatic,
Mm.
but and that were actually happening to me, but
Mhm.
like I don't remember it, which is kind of scary and sad.
Yeah.
I don't think we didn't have a super like
No.
traumatic like childhood. People think when they hear the word trauma,
Mhm.
they automatically go to like abuse or just all the
Yeah.
like really,
Neglect and
yeah, just like the
physical,
super scary
emotional.
stuff.
I really do believe that everybody has childhood trauma.
Totally.
It is what shapes us.
Hmm.
But there's just different levels to it.
Yeah, so you want to make sure you guys own a home, which you guys already do, and
Mhm.
it's pretty much paid off as well. So that's great. You guys are well ahead in
Mhm.
that sense. And then just the obvious, like the whole drinking, partying kind of culture, which
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people can relate, especially ones with younger parents. And
Mhm.
just like back in the day in like the
Mm.
90s and the like 2000s, like that definitely was just like a thing and kind of like normal. If iPads were available when we were younger, do you think we would have been iPad kids?
Mm. I would like to say no,
Mm.
but I feel like Codes is low key an iPad kid.
Mm-hmm. Our younger sister. Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like the amount of time we spent outside and spent with like the neighborhood kids, like, no. But then,
But that's like every kid in like the 90s and
mm,
2000s. Like we all hung out outside and like played because we didn't really have
yeah,
anything else to do. And like SingStar and like We didn't come out until we were like, I don't know, like I don't know, 10 or something
yeah.
maybe. I definitely would have been an iPad kid. Because I was like uploading videos on YouTube when I was
Oh,
like,
100%, you actually would.
I remember when the iPhone 3 came out, I think
Mm.
I was about 12, but the fact that you could take a picture and upload it directly onto Facebook, I was like mind blown. I remember sitting in the back of like science class and like
Stop.
taking selfies and just like uploading them onto
Oh,
Facebook.
yeah.
I know, I loved it. It was so fun to me. Directly too, like within seconds, I was like, whoa, this is
Took the
so
photo on
cool.
Facebook too, not even on the camera
Yeah,
roll.
so, so cool. Like, I loved it because back then you had to upload it from like your computer.
What are your like thoughts on iPad kids?
I think if they're used intentionally and mindfully, I think it can be a great tool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's all like a distraction because they
Mm-hmm.
definitely are like educational games and like speech apps. But I do think it's a slippery slope with iPads.
Mm-hmm.
Is the iPad being used as a tool
Mm-hmm.
or is it being used as just a replacement for
Mm-hmm.
attention?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That really
I don't
does.
know if that.
As long as it's used for like educational and like intentional use.
Yeah.
So I've seen a slow increase of iPad kids coming through the center.
Yeah.
What I've seen personally, they have short attention spans,
Mhm.
so they can't sit and learn for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Even as simple as like when we're all sitting on the mat and we're reading a story to the kids, they just can't pay attention. They just have, like, they disappear.
Mhm.
Also, they have anger issues because of those short attention spans.
Mm.
So when they do have emotional outbursts, a lot of parents go to is to give in and give them the phone.
Yeah.
And then that's how they learn to regulate their emotions.
Yeah.
It's just by getting an iPad.
Mhm.
So it becomes a never-ending cycle.
Mhm.
Child cries, parent gives their iPad.
Yeah.
That's how they think they should regulate their emotions.
Yeah.
They don't know how to effectively regulate their feelings and emotions because
Yeah.
they just keep getting iPads
Yeah.
given to them just to watch and distract them,
Yeah,
kind of
totally.
thing. If you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. And like again, I want to say this, we're
Mm,
saying this with zero judgment because
yeah.
I'm not a parent myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure, like I'm certain that parenting can be really hard,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes like you're just gonna have to give in. And to be honest with you, I feel like it's not gonna be like an everyday thing, but if we're at a dinner, if we're at a nice dinner and they're just being little butt cracks, I'm just gonna be like, watch some Bluey just for
Yeah.
just for this hour and just leave me alone.
But I feel like there's more effective ways that you could keep them engaged.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally never gonna learn how to be at a dinner if they just keep getting iPads given
You're
to
so
them.
right. You're so right. Thank you for
Like,
humbling. No,
just
you're
break
right.
some toys or like
Coloring
some
in.
coloring in. Yeah,
You're so right.
ask the waitress, can I have some pencils and a thing. I got told by a close like family member that they were out for dinner with other family members
Mm-hmm.
and the iPad got taken off the iPad kid and he had the biggest tantrum because
Yeah.
that's like it's literally so addictive.
Mm-hmm.
So you know Coco Melon?
Yeah.
It's basically a drug to kids
Yeah.
because it's so overstimulating. It's fast changing scenes and real colorful. It sets off dopamine in their brain,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like a drug to them.
Yeah.
Because
Crazy.
dopamine is like your happy hormone,
Yeah.
so they get addicted to that happiness. And you
Whoa.
know, with drugs, like you take it and it's a big high,
Yeah.
and then so
Then
there's
you
a line,
crash.
there's a
Yeah.
line there, yeah, that's your normal. So you have the big hit
Mm-hmm.
and it goes down and it goes under the normal. So when you start crashing and it just gets lower and like deeper into the hole until you take the drug and it's just like you're just being normal. Like you're
Yeah.
not chasing a high,
Oh my
you're
gosh, I never thought of
chasing
it like
like
that.
normalcy.
I never thought of it like that.
So
Mm-hmm.
imagine being addicted to drugs and it being taken off you. Like
Yeah.
in a way that's what happens to
Oh, wow.
children and their
Yeah. I
dopamine
so
hit.
never thought of it like that. I mean, I was assuming, and now you've just confirmed it,
Mhm.
that it does mess with their attention spans,
Mhm.
their social skills,
Mhm.
and yeah, just how to like actually regulate their emotions.
Mhm. I am lucky enough to have a partner that pretty much both of our parenting styles and like skills
Mm-hmm.
align.
Yeah.
So when I was happy with Sally,
Yeah.
we discussed iPads and devices and all that good stuff, and we
Mm-hmm.
both don't want Sally. Like we want her outside in the rain playing with a ball kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Toddy and I both did say that we don't want Sally having an iPad for as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, TV is like okay, not every day, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But what I had to like explain to him was that we have to lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say, oh, Sally can't have an iPad, but when we're interacting with her and when she's awake, we can't just be doom scrolling on our phones.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you've noticed with me, anytime, which is like all the time that I have Sally,
Mm-hmm.
like I would rather my phone just be put down. I'm not scrolling. I'm not, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want her to feel like she's not important to me.
Yeah.
Even when she was a newborn and I was breastfeeding, I never played on my phone.
Yeah.
I might have had the TV on, but never like scrolled on my phone. Now I do,
Mm-hmm.
like when she's like a couple months old, but when she was a newborn, like that was a big no-no. Like I feel like she could still sense if I'm putting my all into her, even if I'm just feeding her.
Mm.
And it's like she knows as well, even if I am having a scroll on the phone,
Yeah.
she's not focused. Like, but if I'm focused on her, she's focused on feeding.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
wild. What are your thoughts on gentle parenting?
Um, I think Oh my gosh. I feel like I don't want to offend anyone.
Mhm.
If you had asked me like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
well, actually, let me just say this. I think it's an idea on social media. I don't think it's necessarily like a parenting style.
Mhm.
When I say this,
Mhm.
when I talk about the gentle parenting, I'm talking about the being permissive with your kids.
Mhm.
There's no rules, there's no boundaries.
Mhm.
I'm talking about like the trendy gentle parenting, okay?
Mhm. Mhm.
There's no rules, there's no boundaries. You're still loving and nurturing, which is great. Like
Mhm.
that's a great thing. But you're not enforcing any limits.
Mhm.
So I think the child's going to lack structure.
Mhm.
I think they're going to find it really difficult to follow rules outside of the home.
Mhm.
However, I do think there is like a time and a place for gentle parenting.
Mhm.
Again, when I say gentle parenting, I'm talking about, hold on, let me take this mic off.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
when you do this. You know what? I might do the same.
Okay.
Mhm. Preach it, sister.
Uh yeah, so I'm talking about this trendy gentle parenting when they're like, "Hey, I understand you're upset and you have these big emotions and you don't know what to do with them and mummy wants to validate them and the kid slaps you across the face and then you're like, gentle hands. This is the gentle parenting I'm talking about, okay?
Mhm.
People have different views on what gentle parenting is.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about that kind of gentle parenting. Now, in some of these cases, I think that some of these kids are just going to turn out entitled and just rude
Mhm.
because we're teaching them that, uh,
They get what they want.
yeah, and I think we're teaching them that their feelings matter so much more than anything else that's going on
Yeah.
in the world. So I'm not saying that it's not important not to have understanding or validate the
Yeah.
kids' feelings.
Mhm.
But what happens when they go out into the real world and they're now adults
Mhm.
and because not everyone's going to validate your feelings or sit
Mhm.
with you and really like
Mhm.
listen to you or even want to understand you
Yeah.
because at the end of the day that's not reality and that's not how the world
Mm.
is. There's a lot of people, what if
Mhm.
they might go for their first job,
Mhm.
their boss doesn't care how they're feeling.
Yeah.
How are they going to handle that? How are they
Yeah.
going to know how to handle
Exactly.
that? Because not everyone is going to treat you
Mhm.
like mum or dad did.
Yeah.
It's gone a little too
Yeah.
far.
Way too far. Way too
I
far.
think it's the millennials too.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the generation above us where, yeah, they've taken it a little too far. But once your kid hits you in the face,
Yeah.
I'll give you something to cry about.
Ah, 100%.
I do still think kids do need some firm boundaries.
Mhm.
And that's why I'm saying
Yeah.
this gentle parenting thing, the trendy gentle parenting,
Mhm.
has gone too far.
I just think they're going to struggle as adults
Mm-hmm.
because if you're not setting these limitations and boundaries, if you're not able to effectively regulate your emotions and your feelings
Mm-hmm.
through those downs,
Yeah.
like how are you going to function with life?
Yeah. Do you think like most people our age were
Mm.
disciplined physically?
Yeah.
Like, do you think they were like
Yeah.
most people like in our generation were just like given a good old whack,
Yeah.
a good old smack?
Smack on the bum. No, yeah, I think, yeah, 100%.
I agree.
Do you think parents nowadays are doing that?
No way.
Yeah. Oh, not
I'm
with the
pretty
not with the
sure.
gentle parenting, no.
Yeah, no, no, no. No, I think that's like long
Gone.
gone. Yeah.
Mm.
That's not I think growing up, especially in in the 90s and like early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
that was just a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
So it says studies in New Zealand show around 80% of kids our age
Oh.
experience physical punishment. So
Mm.
this was normal for our generation.
Mhm.
I don't know a single person our age that didn't get a good old
Yeah.
whack.
It's funny because it sounds so bad, but since it's so normal in my brain, it's not it doesn't sound bad for
I
me.
know. I'm like trying to think of a time or like a specific moment where I did get like a smack or like if you got a smack, but I cannot actually think of the moment. I do remember the feeling and like the fear and like the embarrassment or guilt that came with it, but I don't like I can't picture it in my head like it actually
I do.
happening.
I can.
I think the reason why is because it was so normalized back then. Like that's just what parents did to discipline kids. So I just don't think it was just, I don't think it was like, I don't think it was shocking. So like you don't remember it. It was just like, oh yeah, I was being a little shit. So I just got a whack and like you
Yeah.
move on kind of thing. Like it's just what parents did back in the day.
Yeah.
No shade to like, to those parents. Because
Yeah.
again, it's just what parents did.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a few facts here
Ooh.
about just physical discipline. So, number one, it's linked to long term harm. Children who are physically punished are more likely to develop aggression, anxiety, and mental issues as they grow up. They are also more likely to experience low self esteem and strained relationships with parents. Number two, it doesn't improve behavior long term. Studies show that while it might stop behavior in the moment, it doesn't teach emotional regulation or internal discipline. Kids often behave out of fear, not understanding. Number three, it models violence as a solution. Children may learn to deal with conflict by hitting, shouting, or using dominance instead of communication. Number four, many countries have banned it. Over 60 countries, including New Zealand, Sweden, and Scotland, have banned all forms of physical punishment,
Wow.
even in the home. In New Zealand, the law was changed in 2007. The old smack for correction defense was removed, meaning hitting a child for discipline is no longer legally justified. So,
Wow.
yeah, you're not even, it's illegal to actually hit your kids now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the consequences of it?
I'm not sure. We'll have a quick look. I'll just read this last one,
Yeah.
which, you know, I'm sure most people know by now. But number five, alternatives are more effective. Positive discipline, like setting boundaries, explaining consequences, and emotional coaching, has shown to be a lot more effective and supportive for healthy development. What are the consequences? Yeah, let's have a quick look.
In New Zealand, physical discipline like smacking a child is indeed prohibited by law. If someone is caught physically disciplining their child, the consequences can vary depending on the severity of the incident. Typically, it could involve intervention from Child Protective Services and possibly the police. In more severe cases, it could lead to charges of assault or child abuse, which might result in court proceedings, fines, or even loss of custody in extreme scenarios. The main goal of the law is to protect children and promote nonviolent forms of parenting.
So without obviously physically disciplining your child,
Yeah.
if they were to have big emotions, how would you teach them how to regulate those more effectively? And
Oh, that's hard for me. Okay. I'm going to need your help with this one. Okay. So, first of all, like, correct me if I'm wrong. But like, I feel like you'll know this and I just need some confirmation. As humans, we're born with undeveloped brains, right?
Yeah.
So, the ability to stay calm and regulated is something that we learn through experience. Yeah.
100%.
So, you need understanding. I think you need to know how to communicate with your kid. Which, by the way, I feel like most adults don't know how to regulate their emotions.
I agree.
So I don't know how adults can expect like this little human that's been here for like 3 years to know how to actually regulate their emotions and know how to stay calm and know what to do when they're frustrated and angry. So, yeah, I feel like those are the first steps. Have understanding, know how to communicate, and then let them know that I'll give you something to cry about. Yeah, no, I don't know. That's like my thought process. That's like where I'm heading to. And then after that, I'm not too sure. So I
Yeah.
feel like you need to help me out with that. Or you know what? I feel like every time I am going to have trouble, I'm just going to call you. I
Mhm.
don't have the answers. And again, I don't have kids, so I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have the answers.
Yeah, you did have a good point about young children not being able to have the brain capacity to regulate their feelings and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you knew this, but there's five different levels of your brain that like you got to unlock over time, kind of thing.
Right.
So what you're born with is like the survival stage of your brain, which is
Mm-hmm.
called the brainstem. So it starts right at the back, but once they're having tantrums or emotional outbursts,
Yeah.
they revert back to the brainstem.
Yeah.
So they don't know how to control their emotions and their feelings.
Mm.
And even when you're talking to a child and they're just like screaming, crying, you're not going to get through to them. They
Mm-hmm.
basically go deaf. They
Yeah.
go back to the brainstem where it is just their five senses and they just all shut off.
Yeah. That makes so much sense.
So
Hey?
much sense.
And yeah, I agree because like when a kid's having a tantrum,
Mhm.
it truly is like they just black out.
They do.
You cannot get anything through to them.
Mhm.
So yeah, so what are you meant to do? Like if you can't like talk to them, like they're not going to listen any like what do you
Yeah.
do?
Literally, you give them time and space,
Yeah.
and then you could reflect back onto it. And then that's when you say, you don't do this, you don't do that, you do that,
Right.
those kind of things.
So you need to get them back,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's when you talk to them.
Yeah. So when they are having their emotional outbursts, I think the best thing to do to calm them is giving them a cuddle.
Yeah, just
As
be with them.
And
Hey.
like they might kick and punch and like try get out of this cuddle. But
Mm-hmm.
when it's like skin on skin, I feel like the heartbeat is the biggest thing to help regulate someone else.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't know how and I don't know why. I don't know if it's like, you know, when a baby, they're growing inside their mum's tummy or whatever, they hear their heart, they hear a heartbeat, so it soothes them.
Yeah.
And I think just skin on skin,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'd just be
I
soothing.
see that. Yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't sound weird at all. That sounds about right. Okay, so you just need to be there with them. You need to just give them affection
Yeah.
until they've properly come back to themselves and really centered themselves,
Mhm.
and then that's when you can like talk to them.
Yeah. That's when you can get down to their level and,
Yeah.
you know, discuss feelings and emotions
Mhm.
and use your voice as the
Yeah.
discipline.
Yeah.
There have been times at work where we have like children with behavioral issues
Mm-hmm.
and we know that they're in the mood because you get to know them, you get to understand their cues.
Yeah.
If they're getting dropped off and they're rowdy and they're just like explosive,
Mm-hmm.
we know that we're in for a big day.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could see that they're having a rough day and we
Mm-hmm.
could see that their emotions are starting to be heightened. We'll discuss with them and say, if you do this, this, and that, which is a negative this, and that, what's going to happen to you?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll say, maybe I'll get a 5-minute timeout.
Mm-hmm.
So giving them the responsibility to come up with their discipline
Okay.
gives them time to reflect on their actions.
Okay.
And gives them time to reflect on what happens, what the outcome is
Yeah.
when you do something naughty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean now.
Mm.
So like you actually, like you said, have a discussion with them. Hey, if you keep doing this and this and this, what's going to happen? They're going to answer the question and then you're going to be like, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
But then what happens from there?
If they do it, you follow through.
Okay.
And I think it gives them more of an emotional regulation
Mm-hmm.
of being disciplined or having that specific outcome.
Yeah.
Because if they weren't in control, which kids love to think that they're in control,
Mm-hmm.
if they don't have that, and if it's just like 5 minutes in the corner or
Mm.
whatever, time out kind
Yeah.
of thing, that's when they like throw a big wobbly, as some people call it.
Big wobbly.
Mm.
Okay. I haven't heard that one before.
Kids just love control. That's why you always give them two
Options.
yeah, that's why you give them two options. You say, do you want to have a bath first or do you want to brush your teeth before bed?
Yeah.
And just the fact that they get to choose, they think they're in control. They think
Yeah.
like power really does go a long way. As a child, for me, I think I lacked a little bit in confidence and self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
What's your advice to me to help implement that for Zali?
I don't feel like I don't know how to say this without saying like I don't feel good enough to give you advice, because I genuinely think you have such great insight when it comes to child psychology. And again, I'm not a mum, so I genuinely don't know. But this is something I have thought about a lot. Just like, obviously everyone wants to raise a confident kid. I think, first of all, you need to show them unconditional love. So they know that their worth doesn't depend on achievements. So they feel free to take risks and to experiment without having to worry about, oh, what's mum and dad going to think of me? Or what if I don't achieve this? Or, you know, they really have room to grow and to like really experiment and like what they want to do. So I think unconditional love is a big one. They're still going to come home and mum and dad's going to love them regardless. I think another one is, it's not one that's super deep, but encouraging your kid to order their own meals when you go out. I think it encourages like communication skills. It builds their confidence and just like decision making, and it would just boost their self-esteem. So I think it's not that deep, but I think it's like a kind of fun one just to do like casually, or just really encourage your kids to just order their own food, because I think it'll help a lot with their confidence.
I totally agree with that.
And
it also like supports their social skills and how to effectively communicate with the adults. Because I don't think kids, they literally shut down when like being spoken to by other adults they don't know. So I think that's a really, really like good point. How would you handle it if your child didn't want to open up to you?
That's a really sad one, because like this is also another thing. The confidence thing and this thing is something that I've thought about for such a long time.
Really?
Wanting to create an environment where your kids feel safe to talk to you is really important to me. I know that for sure. But I feel like the first thing to remember is that trust is built over time.
Agree.
And when the time comes, I think I need to focus on being a good listener from the beginning, with no judgment or not being too critical. But what would I do if my child doesn't want to open up to me? I truly don't know. I feel like, again, from the beginning, I'm going to like implement those things and just really make sure like I'm not judging them
100%.
when they do come to me, no matter what it is, even if it is just something little. Just make sure you're a good listener. You're not being too judgmental, so they know that the next thing they tell you, they're not going to be worried about it. But yeah, again, I don't actually know. And I just hope that if they don't feel safe, I just hope that they do have someone, a safe person. And hopefully it's like you or Jetty that my baby feels like safe around to like tell them their like whatever's on their mind.
So growing up, we did witness here and there a bit of fighting from our parents. What is your opinion or hot take on fighting in front of your children?
I really did not like that, and it really like, and just broke my heart as a little kid. And it's something that I always wanted to protect you and Jetty from. And like, if I heard it, and like, again, this didn't happen like all the time. Like it wasn't like a thing that we had to like deal with all the time. But when it did happen, it was quite upsetting for me. I think fighting with your husband or wife or your spouse, I think it's okay if you have good communication skills, if you can actually embrace your emotions, and you have understanding, and you can listen. I feel like when a lot of people fight, they just want to get their point across and they're not actually listening, which, you know, that's something my husband and I like try to work on all the time as well. And if we're talking, we're not listening. Or if we're just trying to get our point across, we're not listening.
100%.
I also think if your kid sees the argument start, they need to see it finish. As long as there's a resolution, as long as there's like reconciliation, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
And that includes taking accountability, providing a proper apology, and then just like embracing and just showing each other love and just, you know, giving each other hugs and kisses. If your kid sees it open, your kid needs to see it closed for them. Like they need that too, because kids feel that energy as well, just like you and I. They see it and they're witnessing this fight. They build up all of this tension and this anger as well. So like I said, they need to see it finished. They need to see a reconciliation between mum and dad in a loving, respectful way. So they can then like release that tension or that fear or that like that yucky feeling that they're going through.
Yeah, those are some really, really good points, because I didn't even think of that as a whole. I thought when I was going to ask you that question, you're just going to be like, nope, not going to do it.
Yeah.
It scared me as a kid. I'm not going to put that on my child. You've seen it as a light as every couple argues.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're lying.
As long as
Yeah.
there's a conclusion to the argument.
A positive conclusion too.
Yeah. I do think it's okay.
I agree.
But like be mature about it.
Yeah.
Because as you said, everyone disagrees. Like there's not one single person that agrees on everything, or you know, my husband and I, we don't agree on everything. Like that's like, it's just not how it works. People have disagreements, but you can come to a conclusion respectfully and lovingly.
Yeah.
And as long as you do that, I think it's okay. And I feel like they'll learn good communication skills and how to take accountability as well.
Yeah. And how to reflect and how to regulate those emotions and find a positive conclusion.
Yeah. And like I know it can be hard because like ego can get in the way. Guys, I'm talking to you. The men, I'm talking to you. I'm just kidding. I still struggle with it too.
Yeah.
Like I still struggle with like, nope, I'm right. I'm right, you're wrong. Like listen to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think if you can model that and the kids see that, I think it's a good thing.
I agree.
I think it's a great thing. Yeah.
I agree. Big on the modeling. Positive modeling.
Totally. Just be mature and don't be an asshole and like put your pride aside and yeah.
Big slow. Cheers to that.
Big slide. Cheers. Ew, that's ugly. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh.
Period. Okay. Is that all?
That is it.
Yay. I'm so excited because Lali's here.
I know.
Yay. All right, guys. That's all from us. Thank you so much for watching or listening. If you guys are listening on Spotify, check out our YouTube channel because we post like the actual video of the pod.
And if you're watching on YouTube, check out our Spotify if you want to give it a listen, you know, on your long car ride home from work or you're in the kitchen cooking up dinner. You want to just have a listen?
Love that. And I love
Check us
doing
out
that
on
too.
Spotify. Same.
Cooking and just like listening to a potty.
Oh, my favorite thing.
We'll leave everything linked down below. Follow us on IG and TikTok. I Get What You Mean podcast. Also our personal Instagram and TikToks, Joey Sardi.
Ocean Campbell for both. We'll have them linked down below if you want to give us a little bit of a follow. Give us some love.
We'll see you guys next Monday.
Love yous.
Bye.